If you didn't know how much you weighed and you started making changes that left your body looking smaller, stronger and more toned, would you actually care what the scale said? I'm going to say with quiet confidence that you wouldn't give a damn, because what most of us are after isn't weight loss, it's body recomposition. It's fitting better into our clothes, feeling stronger, seeing muscle definition and feeling confident in our own skin. So from this point forward, that's what we're aiming for, a shift in your body's shape, composition and function, not just an arbitrary and often misleading number on a scale. So let's get clear on something really important to start. A kilogram or a pound of muscle and a kilogram or pound of fat weigh exactly the same, but they couldn't be more different in size or behavior. Muscle is dense and compact. Fat is soft and takes up much more space. In fact, a kilogram of muscle takes up about 25% less space than a kilogram of fat, which is why you can weigh the same or even slightly more and still drop a dress size. But it doesn't stop at appearance. Muscle is metabolically active. It slows aging, supports your bone density, helps regulate blood sugar, and increases your resting calorie burn, whilst also being key for strength, posture, and overall health. Fat tissue, on the other hand, doesn't offer those benefits. Yes, it's an energy store, but it also releases inflammatory signals, can produce appetite-disrupting hormones, and is either considered neutral or negative for metabolic health, depending on the form and the percentage it makes up of your total body mass. Now here's the sticky bit in the middle. Fat is broken down and burned relatively quickly. It takes about 2 weeks to start shifting stored fat with the right training, nutrition, and sleep combination. But muscle takes time to build. It's a slower, more deliberate process. And there is a period, a few weeks in, where your body's adjusting. You can feel a bit puffier, heavier, or like things aren't working. That is not the time to panic, over-restrict, or crank up the intensity. That is the time to stay consistent, keep nourishing yourself, keep training smart, and definitely do not jump on the scales, because that's the exact point when most people quit, when they're actually just on the cusp of change. And here's a final little bit of truth that often people get wrong. Muscle building is anabolic, which means your body needs fuel to create that new tissue. So if you're under-eating, you're not giving your body the raw materials it needs to change. Building muscle, burning fat, and reshaping your body requires nourishment, not restriction. So if this is your goal, give me 6 weeks with no scales, no judgment, just commitment to a plan. Let the sticky period pass, and then you can start using a soft tape measure or clothes to track your progress. That number on the scales will suddenly start to have far less significance when you realise it isn't a true representation of progress. The goal isn't to weigh less, it's to live in a body that functions better, feels stronger, and reflects the work you have put in.